Welcome back to the WatchTower Film Podcast, the film review podcast on the Towercast Network. I am your humble film servant, Carlos de la Torre, serving you up some cinema today. Yeah, I have my fellow co-host, Mr. Michael Lalo.
I'm laying down the buns of cinema.
The buns of cinema.
The buns.
So, like, instead of buns of steel, we get buns of cinema.
Yeah, like I'd like to think you're
Is it
laying
'cause
down.
it's silver and the cellulite.
You're toasting the patty. I'm laying down the buns, and then Eric Castro.
It's a cheese.
I got the ingredients.
See, he's the magic sauce.
The spices.
No. He's the sizzle.
He's the sizzle.
Yeah, like that special sauce that every hamburger needs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm John Eric Castro. I'm about to give a review and analysis of this all-star cast.
All-star cast. That's interesting. Mr. Austin Young in the back, making sure we're sounding and looking good back there.
He really is like the nap.
He just threw me a false right there, right in this
Wait,
camera.
let me see.
Can
you show it to the Austin cam?
You know?
False.
False.
Love it.
With the new cap today.
So what is Austin in this burger of cinema excellence?
He's the damn. He's gonna get mad at me for anything I say in this scenario.
Is that true?
It's just there's nothing I can say
Because we can't say
that could
like
possibly.
Because
Because if I go on one end of the spectrum and that, because to me I'd be like he's a restaurant, dude. He's holding us down. You know, we're serving
Yeah.
this shit because of him. And then if I go the other end of the spectrum, like he's the lettuce, he's gonna be like, really? So like I can't win here. There's no winning
that's
for me
true.
here. You know what I mean? He's the grill. You know what I mean? He's making sure we're cooking it up. How is that worse? We're like cooking it up. He's cooking it up.
So
you know, because he
wait,
edits the
just throwing stuff on
podcast
him?
and he organizes it.
I don't mean to add on to this really like
throwing
crappy
stuff at him?
crappy metaphor. Wait,
Well, yeah, he has to sort through the footage, man.
Oh, okay,
He does.
okay,
I mean,
there
you know?
we go.
did you guys ever have like a weird way that you'd prepare your burger like before you became an adult? Does that make sense? Like when you were a kid and like you know.
Please tell me another fourth grade story.
No, I'm just saying like when I was a kid.
SpongeBob,
like-
listen to me.
No,
Krabby
man.
Patty stories are not the way to go tonight.
No, I'm just saying like, you know, when you were younger and like you were scared of onions and you were like, I hate onions, you know? Like no.
What, they wake up and
You were scared of onions?
Don't look
They're
at me
not
like
gonna
that.
hurt you.
No,
They're
it
not
just,
gonna
you know,
hurt you.
like it's
Why
'cause,
would
like,
you be scared of onions?
No, when I was just a
Were you
wee-
scared of cutting?
When I was like a baby, I mean like at least 17 years old. I
Just a fucking
only
35 pound.
They finally trusted you.
85 pound
no,
little baby.
I only wanted my burgers with like ketchup and pickles, and that's it. And then
Okay.
and then one day I like got
30 packages of ketchup.
one day I like grew out of it, like you know, it like went away.
We all
like,
did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you were a kid, you didn't have that like special like, you know, I'm a toddler. I don't understand.
I was always very, very adventurous. Like I liked relish, and no kid
That's
likes relish.
wrong.
You know what I
It's
mean?
weird,
I
dude.
love relish. I still love relish.
That's bad.
Why is that bad?
Dude,
it's just
sweet.
crunched up pickles.
Just to put
No,
that on your
that's
profile.
all relish
That's
is.
something you don't say on the first date, bro.
Yeah.
Am I on the first date with either of you? What are you gonna?
I was just giving advice.
I used to go to Peter's and put every soda in my cup.
Oh, we
Yeah,
all did
yeah,
that.
that was
Yeah. And if you did it, you're lying.
It was horrible, dude.
And
It
if
was
you
just a
didn't,
sugar rush.
you know what I mean? If you didn't like unscrew the pepper and the cheese for people sitting across the
Oh,
way,
yeah, I did a couple
I mean,
times.
like, you know what?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't live. And that's what
And
this
they
film
went-
is about.
And
We're
I
talking about
waited
living.
for somebody to go like,
Yeah. We just wait. You just wait and stare.
You know what sucks
I'll
is-
watch your whole family eat
like-
dinner.
yeah, dude.
Here's what sucks.
I'll make a night of it. Goddamn.
Jesus Christ. I feel like there's people that are watching the podcast and they're like, guys, I found this really cool film podcast. You got to check it out. And then this episode's going to drop. And they're like, what the hell? It was
What
30
movie
minutes
is it? Didn't they say?
of burgers.
You know, but I think
Yes.
the ultimate thing is that we're talking about living, you know, and that's what this film is about. Very much so.
Life.
Living
Life.
life to the fullest.
I'm having it.
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it.
Speaking of burgers, you know, like that was the McDonald's reference in the film, you know?
like the circle.
So it's the circle. We're talking about 2013? 2013. Ben Stiller's The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, who I discovered today is a remake. I did not know
Oh,
this
wow.
film was a remake. This gentleman over here told me about it.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen the original.
What
Shout
year?
out to
What
Jen-
year? What year?
Danny K.
1946, I think.
Danny K.
Danny K.
You
46?
know Danny K, right?
I do not.
Down with the K-ness?
The canis.
That doesn't sound good.
That
Never
does
mind.
not sound good in the slightest, pal.
Timestamp that.
Yeah, 2013. This movie's interesting. I saw this thing.
Did you see it in theaters?
I did not, but what I did see, this was one of those films on my list that I tell you guys all about, like when I went to Best Buy and just bought a shitload of DVDs.
Yeah.
Was it mainly because Ben Stiller was like promoting this was his last film?
Is that really a thing?
I remember that's what he was saying. Did he ever do something else after that?
Of course.
Yeah, he's done a,
Yeah, he's
I
done
just
stuff.
remember him saying that he was going to retire.
In fact, I'm pretty sure
He did
Tropic
Tower
Thunder
Heist.
was after this, right?
Yeah.
No, Tower Heist was way before.
No.
No.
Look
Tower
up
Heist
Tower
was like
Heist.
2015, something like that.
Yeah.
No, it's
20
2007 or 2009.
No.
We should ask our good old buddy
How much I bet?
Ratner.
I love Tower Heist, dude.
Yeah, with Eddie Murphy, right?
Yeah.
And then the guy.
And the girl's coming out. It's like, what did she call you? She had the wrong number. And why did she ask for you, stupid?
I think my man is right about Tower Heist.
2011.
2011.
No way.
Huh?
2011.
What did he do after this then? Let's see. My man. Well, it's because he's been an executive producer for fucking
Exactly.
everything.
I remember that was like
Well,
the
he did
big
Zoolander.
promotion.
He did the Zoolander sequel again.
Oh, he came back for
And
that?
then he came back for that.
Sorry. It's just... don't mess with
man.
it. Don't mess
As
with
a
it.
director, he's kept working.
I didn't know that
He
he.
Like
has
a
like
TV
4
director.
films in pre, 2 films in pre.
Oh, really? Currently?
Bagman and London.
So this was in his first?
No, this was his directorial debut. No. Didn't he do like Polly or not Polly?
Cable Guy? Was it Cable Guy?
No. That was
Reality Bites.
Oh, he did direct.
Yeah,
he did direct Cable Guy.
Cable
You're
Guy.
right.
Reality Bites.
Reality Bites was his first one. Then
first
Cable Guy.
Cable Guy, too,
And then
right?
he did. Didn't he do one of the?
Hate Vision and Jack. And Zoolander.
He directed Zoolander.
He didn't do like the
And
pyramid?
then he took a break and didn't come back till 08 to direct the Tropic Thunder.
I thought. Oh, Tropic Thunder.
Tropic
of course,
Thunder was
yeah.
his-
That's a gem.
That's a jam.
Yeah, Ben Stiller, man, interesting character, interesting guy, interesting director, interesting choices here. This was Mr. Michael Alau's pick, so I'll
Yeah.
toss it over to you, pal.
Yeah. So
Are you a big Ben Stiller fan or just...
I'm a Ben Stiller fan.
Did you ever see his dad?
Nobody's a
Jerry
big
Stiller?
big Ben Stiller fan.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Nobody's a big
Like,
Ben Stiller fan.
I mean,
He's just a Ben Stiller fan.
I don't know his.
That's my point.
I like him.
I don't know like all of his filmography. I haven't seen everything he's in, but I also haven't seen a film where he was like a main character and I didn't enjoy the film or I didn't have fun at the end of the day.
Right.
You know, he's
Sandra's been obsessed with the Meet the Parents, trilogy
Sandra?
recently.
Sandra.
Who?
My wife.
Sandra.
Jesus.
This guy, I mean, that was original, right? That's not a remake. Meet the Parents.
No, it's not a remake.
It's obviously inspired by a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But you
Well,
got to see these two guys, him and Bob De Niro, doing
what's that
some of the
movie?
fun.
And then,
Yeah,
was that
but-
one of Bob's first
Comedic
kinda-
roles, yeah, I would say so.
What was first? Meet the Parents or Meet the Fockers?
Meet the Parents.
Oh, come on.
Meet the Fockers is number 2.
Yeah.
And then Little
It's
Fockers
Meet
is
Them
number
Fucking
3.
Parents, you know.
Here's a good question. Has he ever done something serious?
This?
This is his only serious one?
I wouldn't say his only one, but he's...
It's one of the more serious ones.
Yeah,
even
because I was really impressed. I mean, I was like...
Yeah.
I'm
Him
used to
and
this guy
Kristen
just-
Wiig.
Oh, Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig was really good in this.
Anybody that's been in SNL... Props.
She did a film called The Skeleton Twins with Bill Hader that I really liked too.
I never saw it with her brother and
Their brother and
right?
sister.
Yeah.
Oh man, and then she came back for the Ghostbusters remake.
Timestamp that. That movie never
Can we
happened.
just chroma key him out entirely? You got some
But I
green?
chroma key you out.
Damn, man, he's out for blood with me tonight.
No,
Daddy-o, tell us about why you picked this film.
Yeah,
Okay,
man. Like,
yeah. So I mean, yeah.
have you ever been that guy? I thought I was the only guy that used to like daydream about stuff like that. Like
No, it's
crazy stuff,
It's
not
funny.
just like-
So like the original one,
is the
which
intrusive
I
thought
saw after watching this one because I watched this one and I fell in love with it. I just think that it puts you in a really good space. I constantly complain about like Hallmark films that will use things like the music and lighting and all this kind of stuff, and they're really forcing an emotion. And some people like it because it's cheesy and it makes you feel good, and that's all it is.
Right.
This one does it, and sure, I mean, like, is it going to be this like groundbreaking thing in cinema that we're going to be saying like, oh, people are going to like borrow all these little bits and pieces? I don't think so. Because it's not doing anything that's overly innovative, but it's, I guess, a feel good movie done right. And
Sure.
yeah,
Damn, I gotta think about
Sure.
that. You don't think it's innovative?
well, we'll get more into it right now.
Well,
but
I mean, look, by definition, it's a remake, right? And like,
it's a remake. It's,
But I mean,
but it's also like referencing a lot of things. Like,
Well,
in
I'm seeing it
itself.
like technology wise. Like we get a better immersive.
I'm gonna have an. I don't know. I'm gonna have. I agree with Alao so far.
Well, what's your rating?
Well, yeah.
Oh well, like just to kind of finish off the whole sentiment on it and like why I picked
Yeah,
it.
my bad.
I'd want to talk about this film for a while because definitely before I thought about becoming a filmmaker and before really thinking about film in a more serious matter.
Yeah.
And before
I remember
being a beanie guy.
Yeah.
Being a beanie baby.
Yeah, before I was just a bunny guy. No, I thought that after watching this film, I remember just walking out of the theater and just the whole experience of the big screen. And then there's certain moments here where they do these wonderful wide shots, landscapes. I mean, especially when it goes through Iceland and all that. The cinematography, I think, is just really, really pretty.
Beautiful.
And I remember seeing that in theaters, and I've rewatched it again, but it was like the first time I just really felt the theater experience, and I felt that films could just really like stay with you.
So you saw this in theaters?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters.
This was your sophomore year of high school?
Yeah,
maybe?
like around there. Like, so pretty young into it, but and it was so funny because I remember seeing it. I remember it looking really interesting, and I liked the soundtrack, and I wanted to see it. And then when I went with my family, it was that difference where after watching it, I just remember being way more into going to the movies, and I was way more interested in seeing like what else was out there, and I wanted to see things in theaters, not just like rent it at like Blockbuster or something like that.
Yeah,
like I wanted to like go.
Have to go watch it.
What was your family's experience with it? How'd they walk out of it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
everybody who I've talked to who's seen this film, they really like it.
This film's a G-rated film, by the way, or PG. PG. I mean,
but there was no cussing.
There was nothing.
There's like a few words just sprinkled here and there, but it's a very PG film. But you don't feel like overly I don't know, coddled while watching it, or like it doesn't hit very soft. Like it's just a very pleasant watch. Like I said, it's a feel good movie done right, where you can just kind of sit back, enjoy it. And that's kind of why I wanted to like definitely revisit it, have more of a retrospective take on it, because the palettes matured, and we're going from, this film came out in 2013. A lot of films since then, I think we've talked about in more contemporary films that are, they're close to 10s and they're higher up.
And it's really been 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's really been 10 years since The Wolf of Wall Street was made too. Jeez, man. Holy crap.
It's
throw it in there, man.
So, I mean.
No, when I think 2013, I think Wolf of Wall Street. So, like, 10 years, dude? Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
Was it were they both on the same, like, Best Picture or something?
I don't know. I don't think Secret Life of Walter Mitty got any love.
In fact,
they got panned pretty bad.
Yeah. In fact, I think this one, it was around the same time that Gravity came out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Gravity was the big thing.
Well, what Best Picture that year?
Yeah.
See, and I feel bad not for Ben Stiller as an actor, but as a director. Like,
sure.
Him trying to do two things and then.
But do you feel
he made a choice? He made a choice.
No, for sure.
We'll definitely go more into it, because I feel like I instantly want to just start picking it apart.
Your rating,
Costro. I'd like to get your rating first, actually, because. This film, we're really going to explore this dynamic of the director's also actor and that whole thing. So,
well, the first thing that stands out for me for this film is the all-star cast. I mean, you got Sean Penn, you got
Michael Phelps,
Adam Scott, Michael Phelps,
Tony Mahana,
Jim Jolaboni,
Kristen Wiig, Ben Stiller.
Cardi Wasanda.
Yeah, no, and I like how this, since I've been listening to Carlos a lot, I like the character development for this one. You start off with Ben Stiller being that timid.
The arc is there.
And then he just turns into this guy that, just like, I think like any of us could relate to that. Like, break away from that little shell and, live life, be more adventurous. And which is what I love about this story.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously the cinematography. Damn, man, Iceland, you can't go wrong with Iceland or Greenland or whichever, both of them.
And then, this is before the big drone explosion, so all of those big shots were helicopter shots,
I was thinking that, it's true, dude, because the drone thing, was it like a big hit, like in 2016, 17?
Yeah.
And they started putting like things on top.
Yeah, this is still, it holds a little bit true, I guess, to that earlier 2000s.
But that's weird. I guess as a drone pilot, that helped, you know what I mean? Like how to... instead of just flying. So I guess that's pretty cool. But just in quick before we talk about it more, man, I really did like it. It was the first time I ever saw it.
Ever?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I remember just hearing about the promoting that this was his last film and all this stuff.
That was the thing. I didn't remember that.
I think I remember that.
Well, I just remember that this was supposed to be like a big film that he was
maybe it was like his transition into more directing, right? Like it
producing and stuff like that, right?
Kind of was.
That's what I remember. So. I'm a big Ben Stiller fan. Man, I can't believe I'm going to give this probably like a 9.4.
Really? You liked
Just because
Wow.
I'm a big sucker of fantasies, man. I mean, we've all been there.
Sure.
We've all, wish we could save the girl in the coolest way. Be
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I like those type of fantasy, and this
That's
one did it really beautiful. I don't know how about the remake, but I mean, this
Well,
one.
no,
was-
the,
I didn't see the
the
original,
remake. The remake. Just quick side note was with Danny Kaye. Very similar story. He's this guy. He lives with his mom. Just
Right.
nothing too
Oh,
exciting is
wow.
going on with his life. And Danny Kaye as an actor, he's the kind of guy that when you see him perform in any of his movies, he's able to sing and dance. So he is just a super dynamic physical actor.
Oh, I
he
love
can,
that.
he
And
can
you
go.
mentioned that the original is a musical.
Yeah.
right?
Wow.
I guess it's a musical, not like fully. It's just there's a lot of beats where Danny will start like to sing, or he'll go into these big dance montages. Because if you look at musicals, they're very dreamlike, So it's kind of like
fantasy, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Sets up
so
in
it
reality.
was the 1940s, 50s time of like going into a fantasy where
Oh.
everybody starts dancing and singing around him. Everybody
Okay.
starts going into it. But same thing. He was just this kind of like pencil pusher guy that just was like nothing really exciting is going on. He had a little book that like dictated his whole life, and then he'd just get like lost in thought. And then if I'm not mistaken, there's something happens where there's this girl that he really likes, and in him trying to break out of his shell and date the girl ends up getting like kidnapped, and he has to go and like save her. So
that's the adventure.
That's the adventure.
Instead of looking for the photographer.
But the entire time before that, he sees her, and then she starts singing, and then he starts singing, and it's this whole like he imagines them in this big romantic thing, and
Why do you think they didn't go for this one on this one? Why didn't Ben Stiller or whoever is the creative?
Well, when you watch this one, it's more contemporary. So it's
Yeah.
he was on eHarmony, and I mean,
Right.
eHarmony. I don't think it was as big of a joke then, but when you think about it now, it's this kind of like, okay, you're not really going out and like finding love. You're just kind of like clicking a wink, and that's your big adventure. Like
Yeah.
even that whole opening scene where it's just him like looking at a screen, and just the whole action of clicking wink, which
Oh,
is
yeah,
to
yeah.
virtually send somebody like a, hey, I saw you. Like
Yeah.
that's
That's
the
the character.
yeah, that's the danger for him. But so it's more contemporary. It's more updated, I guess. So
Was there any backlash from the original? I don't know.
no, I don't think so, because I don't think a lot of people knew about it. In fact, I didn't
Yeah,
know about it
that's
for a
true.
while, and then my family mentioned it, and they're like, "Oh wow, like it was a really good remake." That was nothing like the original. I'm like, what do you mean? And then they showed me that because my mom's a big fan of like Danny Kaye and the original kind of like singer,
okay.
like Fred Astaire, stuff like that.
Just because I watched this,
I love
I
Fred
have
Astaire.
to watch the original just to see
Yeah, it's its
this
own
guy.
thing.
Just
It's its own thing, but it's a super fun ride also. But this one, I like it a lot more just because it's more contemporary. The adventure's bigger. The whole again the cinematography, the soundtrack. It's really meant to kind of put you there. Even the surreal moments where he's like going from the office, walking to the airport, and he's on his way to Greenland, and you see the motto of life stapled in the background, which
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
to look behind walls, to experience danger, all that kind of stuff. Like, you could just tell that it's meant to really stick with you, these little meanings and bits and all that.
and you wouldn't think, man. There's a lot of action. Would you call it action?
Sure.
I've never seen Ben Stiller in something like that, so that's
Yeah.
something new too.
And
But anyway, yeah, 9.3, 4.
9.4.
interesting.
I really, I'm a sucker for these type of films.
Yeah.
Austin, can I get your take on this movie?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, don't.
I give it a 7.
Okay.
You don't daydream?
I do, but I don't know. I felt like it could have been executed more.
Well, I know you mentioned it was predictable, and very
That
early
was
on.
not
Oh, it was
bad.
very predictable.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my first time seeing it, and it got away from the fantasy part of it, and that's what kind of bugged me a bit. But I get why.
What do you
I have a
Yeah.
theory about that.
So do I.
have a
Like, I have a feeling it's because now
He's in a
his-
coma, right?
No, like he's actually going out and experiencing stuff, and that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
it sounds. But I felt like that would have been like his driving force even more.
Huh.
And
The
like
fantasy?
yeah,
Well, not when it becomes a reality, right? I mean, why would it be
the
a
whole
Uh-huh.
the whole idea behind him daydreaming is that
Nothing
his life,
interesting,
Yeah,
yeah.
his life's boring. Like, he wants to do more, but he's just kind of he doesn't know how to get out of the mundane.
yeah.
You know?
But even after everything, he's still not happy until he gets the girl. Like, why don't we see more there? More of the daydreaming when he gets back and reality.
I see what
snaps
you're
out.
saying now.
Yeah.
I would have liked
it's a fair critique. I mean, it's a fair evaluation on like that. There's more that he could have gotten out of it, because also
I'll jump in here a little bit, and
Well, do you want to give your rating?
And tackle that right now.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that did right is like once we're there, he's getting more confidence in himself. Not even the girl, not even the situation that's around him. Because he gets to have the confidence to go step up to the boss. He gets the confidence to like not look at the photograph despite the fact that that's what he's been chasing the whole film. But I think the fact of the matter is he's been chasing more of a self-confidence that he never had. And
Exactly.
like I appreciate the Kristen Wiig character and I appreciate the pursuit, but I think that's just a branch. I think he truly just wanted himself. You know, he wanted something better for himself. And that's like that confidence.
And not necessarily the girl.
So like if he keeps fantasizing about it, it's kind of like, well, I kind of don't need it. Like I'm grateful that I'm talking to you and I'm grateful that you're not married. But he was cool already. I mean, he was cool already by the time he got to her.
Also, what's really interesting...
Like, she didn't complete him, you know? And I kind of appreciate that. I kind of appreciate that he didn't need anything. He, like, fucking climbed the Himalayas, man. Like, what does he need anybody for? Like, this dude, like, did it. So,
Hunt sharks.
yeah.
Also, one thing I didn't notice early when I first watched it, but I noticed more now.
No.
As far as the costume direction and
Sure.
cinematography for the opening shots...
Opening shots.
I know it's kind of hard to remember, but at the very beginning of the movie, he's running to work, right? He's running late for work, so he's running to work.
Yeah, trying to catch
He's wearing
train.
a light gray, close to white jacket and a white shirt.
Yeah.
Everybody else around him is in this black attire, and they're all moving very mechanically, like they're just kind of like going through their little patterns and all that kind of stuff. I think what's interesting is that it's a very early indicator that even though he comes across as somebody who lives a very dull, basic life, he is already perfect on his own. Like, you know, it has that whole little motif of like he already stands out in the crowd, you know, that there's more to him, even if he doesn't see it yet. And then when he goes into the workplace, well, then everybody has white shirts and he blends in a little bit more. And then the only people in black suits are the ones in power. So it's trying to have this color shift or color separation from the characters where they're not as empowered as, you know. Like,
I have an interesting
Go ahead.
Hold on.
perspective on that.
Yeah.
Austin. What was your rating?
He did. 7.
Yeah, it was a 7.
Oh, shit, that's right.
Yeah.
But I have
I thought I was like, oh,
just
shit.
to
Well,
piggyback off
yeah, I thought he was waiting
timestamp.
for us, my bad.
just to piggyback off the costume design.
Choices.
If you see the end of the film when he stands up to the Adam Scott character, he's wearing a shirt of the Buzzcocks, punk rock band.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah. And remember when he's photographed with his dad, you know, he's a little skater kid with a mohawk.
he had
And he had that punk rock style.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like
And it
more
wasn't
true to...
it wasn't until his dad died that he said, I shaved off the mohawk and I got a job.
Yeah.
And he had to be, you know, the provider for so long and work the shitty jobs and, you know, take care of the family.
Yeah.
And then he can go punk rock again. He wears the Buzzcock shirt because he's becoming himself again.
He's more scruffy.
Yeah. And he's more
Yeah,
scruffy.
and more
you know,
scruffy.
he gets to be himself again. And as much as he admires like the Sean Penn character, aesthetically he's kind of turning into him.
Yeah.
Like he's got the beard going, he's got the hair out a little more, because he lives his life very freely.
Yeah.
You know, the complete opposite of him.
I was a little underwhelmed with Sean Penn. There was
Everybody's a little underwhelmed with Sean Penn.
Yeah, I mean, I liked a couple of things that he did, but I was
Yeah.
just kind of like,
Sean Penn was on his way out at that point, man. And I loved what he did in Licorice Pizza, but even in Licorice Pizza, I was like, okay, dude.
he was.
You're kind of just doing the cameo roles now.
Exactly.
Nah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know,
I mean,
I
like,
was underwhelmed.
because like the early 2000s were his jam, man. Like things like Milk,
Yeah.
and like the Gus Van Sant thing. Like, yeah, man. Sean Penn was a
What's
tour de
the one that
force.
he did like Mystery Lake or something like that. Do you remember?
Mystery Lake.
I forgot if it was Mystery Lake or one of those where it's these 3 kids that grow up in Brooklyn and then they get older and
Mystery.
I don't think I know that
River,
one.
maybe?
Mystic River.
Is it
It's
that one?
Mystic River.
No, that's with Kevin Bacon and.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sean
Yeah,
Penn.
that's right.
Or you know, like Weird Science. If you're wasn't he in Weird Science or Fast Times?
I just
He's
remember-
Fast Times or Ridgemont High,
Fast
no?
Times.
It's Fast Times.
He
He's
did
Fast
that
Times.
documentary with esa es la Red del Sur. Where he had
La
to-
Reina del Sur.
Yeah, when he went to go meet El Chapo.
Yeah.
That's when I think he started to lay low. Yeah. Because he did some weird
Did
stuff.
some weird. She was
man.
about to get killed, dude.
Well,
Yeah, but he was always a radical that way.
Yeah,
I think
He was in the Angry Birds movie.
oh god.
Oh god.
I mean, thank you for proving my point.
Dunkachino. Yeah.
Dear God.
It's his Dunkachino
It's his
moment.
Dunkachino moment.
No,
yeah.
but I think because of all the stuff that he started doing during that time, and like I guess kind of like radical image of Sean Penn.
Yeah.
I think that's why Ben Stiller was like, "Hey, I just want you to come out as this part.
Yeah,
You're
that's
just
fair.
this, like,
That's fair. And you know, Ben
Stiller's bigger than Ryan guy.
you're a guy who talks to warlords and flies like on an airplane on top to take a picture of an exploding volcano. Like he really just existed to kind of be like the epitome of Walter Mitty's world, And then
also-
And then how they
Stiller
just encountered each other?
how the hell did you find?
Oh, like in the
Can you
Himalayas?
not make so much noise?
Yeah.
I'm working here.
I'm working here.
You know,
Such a
I also think when you're Ben Stiller and you're a director and you have connections in Hollywood, you might ask your friends to do a row, Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
ask
why I
them.
think they got so many good Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, Patton Oswalt.
Come on,
It's
man.
fun. Yeah.
So what do you give it as a rating?
Do you want to just give a flat rating and then just like before you explain, just
I'm sitting at about a 6.
okay,
Bro, nobody got lost in the sauce, bro.
Nobody gets lost in the sauce like you, baby. No,
Hey.
nobody.
It's all about
It's
the
just-
trophy, baby.
Too much sauce. Oh god.
Why, dude? You didn't
I'm
get
at
lost in it or what?
I got lost in it when I was 12. Okay, like
Oh, dude.
I like.
Ben, that's a...
That was this was your first time screening this thing, you know?
Ben. Big Ben.
And by the way, just because I haven't seen it, quote unquote, in 10 years, I've seen it. If it's on, I'll watch it. If it's like I revisit moments of it.
Remember,
That's
FX
why.
has the movies.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
was on.
true. It is on FX a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
No, but when the Space Oddity scene, that scene
Oh,
always
yeah.
stands as a standout for me. Which was
Space
I
Oddity.
forgot about the Space Oddity. This is Major Tom to ground control when he's
Oh,
jumping on the
yeah.
helicopter.
What was that by Hall & Oates?
Dude, that was intense.
Yeah, yeah. So like, I just think I was very curious, just the way you were of like, did my palate develop?
Yeah.
Over the years, and
I-
will
Debbie Downer.
it?
No,
I just think honestly, dude, I'm gonna kind of give it a go in the route that I went with Everything Everywhere All at Once. If it wasn't trying to be so comedic, dude, it would have been like a fucking powerful film.
What do
man.
you do? It's Ben Stiller. It just leaks out of him.
No, it shouldn't leak out. Like if he's
No, but
he's
that's-
trying to do something serious here, right? And
But I mean,
and
it's
I
still-
saw snippets
it's still
like
fantasy.
for instance, tell me that the one of the first fantasy scenes where he like the chick's talking to the friend about my Spanish lover who comes down from the Alps or whatever, right? Tell me that wasn't something straight out of fucking Tropic Thunder, dude. Like
I did think that.
I mean that's my
I did
point.
think that. That's weird.
So like it's like those Family Guy cutaways, right? Like we cut away and we're stuck in these cutaways for a little while, and then we get back to the story, and it's like, dude, I could have used less of that. Like I'm so interested in this part of it that when you take me out of it, I'm like, shit.
I kind of like that.
You like the comedic aspect of it.
Yeah.
We're
I know that we're going that route with
Yeah.
like Thor and all those stuff, but
Thor.
yeah, man, Thor, Ragnarok. I remember.
Ragnarok,
It got
yeah.
critique
Love and Thunder.
and Love and Thunder.
Love
It
and
got
Thunder.
Takeezy, those too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, I just like I remember watching this when I was younger and feeling like oh man, yeah, this opened up my world a lot too for
Fantasy.
like, whoa, this is
Yeah.
storytelling, whatever that means.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then now I just feel like it gets cheap sometimes. And I
But
don't
a 6 cheap?
Yeah, man. Like dude, like I said, I'm being more realistic about my ratings because we've all agreed that when we give something a 9 or a 10, bro, it better have fucking
Yeah.
So
impressed
you
us,
think it
know?
was too predictable? You think it was too cheesy?
I don't remember. I wasn't at Austin's level with the predictability.
I don't remember it being very predictable
Yeah.
either. Like,
Yeah.
especially like when
Yeah.
Austin's like, "Oh, it's gonna be in the wallet.
See,
It's gonna be in this."
I didn't think that, but once he said it, I was like, okay,
Yeah,
but
it's right
I
there.
wasn't thinking that.
No, I wasn't thinking that either.
Which is good. I mean, it's just how his eye for things. But like, my point to that is like, I don't remember that predictability factor. I also just like, I just wonder if Ben Stiller would have wanted to like go left field with this and like really stick to like a Sundance film. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I
What do you
would.
mean? What? My bad, what?
Yeah, like if Ben Stiller as a director would have made and an actor, he made this choice more of an actor because as an actor he was serious. He wasn't really trying to be comedic.
and that's
It's impressive.
And I
As
also
a-
saw that he. little homage. Homage. Fuck.
Little
What do I
hominy.
say? No, but I saw a lot of like Wes Anderson type of style, like.
Yeah.
Because Ben Stiller, he's not on a tour.
West or West?
West.
Wait, why are you adding a T?
West.
He's not on that tour. You're right, but that's when you're student cinema.
Exactly. So I saw a lot of like Wes Anderson there. That I told him. I don't know if that's true, but
No, but I could definitely see like I mean,
was trying-
he definitely borrowed from different places,
Yeah.
and he definitely knew what he was going for. I mean, things like the very Sam Raimi-esque battle scene
Yeah.
over the whole like
see? Allison,
what is it, Stretch Armstrong?
Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a lot of those moments. I mean, the whole very adventure film, like whenever the montages.
Yeah.
When he's like traveling out, especially like right before he meets Sean Penn, and then you see like a map go up and like little notes in the journal
yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. Like a lot of those elements are.
I think that's what upsets me about this film. No, that's what upsets me about it. Is
Elaborate.
Is like Austin said, the execution, because the idea is great. We all daydream.
So the execution.
Yeah, I think the execution was done poorly. I think Ben Stiller. Look, dude.
Okay, hold on. So it's
Something to note about this. Okay, let me give you a little bit of background to show you what this thing could have been.
Okay, yeah.
Wait,
The-
can I give a rating?
No,
Oh shit.
I'm kidding.
You do, yeah. Real
Give us
quick.
your rating.
But yeah, stay with that thought.
Costco, cover your ears.
What?
Just leave the room.
What? You're also gonna be giving a bad rating too?
Yeah, of course.
Damn, bro.
No, like I'm genuinely glad you liked it, and I mean it's meant, like,
That's what you tell a kid.
That's what you tell a kid before you tell them the bad news.
Yeah, I just you're great. It's just your mother and I don't really you don't
Not really feeling the marriage.
we don't think high school's right for everybody, so we're gonna put you somewhere else. No,
What kind of fantasies are you having,
Look,
man?
man, sometimes
The
the short
realities
bus will
for
stop
him,
in my
not
house.
The
right?
realities. That's the yells, the terrible yells.
The short bus stopped twice in my house. Right? I told him, yo, just
Go on with your rating.
6.3.
6.3.
Damn it! I thought I was gonna feel bad with
pissed.
mine.
I don't understand.
Well,
this.
because he did something it's something we should be doing on this podcast. We have from time to time. Is like something we remember loving. Like, dude,
Man, I've never seen a head scratcher like
I
that.
genuinely
I'm
want
just
to
gonna
do.
pick something that I think is a 7.
Well,
a
I
6?
genuinely no,
No.
because you remember it as a 10.
Yeah,
right?
like when I was telling you guys that
Yeah.
I wanted to pick this film, I remember even like Carlos lit up like, oh yeah,
Yeah, I love that film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that film.
But I haven't seen it. In 10
Yeah,
years.
no, I
You know what
haven't
mean?
seen it, and then especially like now, the way that we look at films and watching like frame for frame, and you're
That's
like,
what I'm saying. You guys didn't get lost in the sauce. You guys were looking at it through like.
no,
Oh,
no,
exactly, dude.
no,
Like,
no,
because
like
I-
a perfect example for me, Castro. Growing up, I loved kicking and screaming with Will Ferrell.
Okay.
And then I showed it to these guys. I was like, I love this movie growing up, and I'm watching now, and I'm like,
It's not that great.
it's pretty bad. Like,
but yeah. I
Oh
genuinely.
wait, I never really liked
Wait,
that one.
what's the breakdancing film we watched? Like the first 5
Oh,
minutes?
Kicking it old school.
Kicking
Same
it old
thing.
school, yeah.
We all thought this was like this great
Yeah.
comedic force,
Yeah,
It's
you know,
not.
but
oh, you had mono? Well, I was in a or what was it? Yeah.
But like, I feel the same way. I genuinely want to cover Juno on this podcast because I feel the same way about Juno. A
Nah,
film I've
Juno
loved
holds
for
up.
so many.
But knowing.
Will it hold up? Does it hold up?
Yeah,
I
then
don't
you're
know.
coming in like that,
That's
right?
I'm,
Like,
I'm
okay,
curious
okay.
to see if it holds up now.
I just
But
did.
hear
I mean,
me
but
out.
it is
But hear
Jason
me out.
Reitman.
No, yeah,
The album.
6.3.
No, but hear me out. Like if somebody says, "Hey, we're looking for a good family night film,"
Sure.
and we want to throw something on we haven't seen or something that we haven't seen in a while, what do you recommend? I mean, I still recommend this film
Yeah,
to people,
sure.
and I still say like, oh, it's a great film. Like you're gonna watch it, you're gonna feel good at the end, and that's all it needs to do. You're having.
That's
you know how I
that's-
feel about it right now? You know how I feel about it right now? I think Secret Life of Walter Mitty right now.
Right
you
now.
guys can talk me off the ledge.
Right now.
Is a step above Sandler's bedtime stories. Right now.
Oh
for me.
yeah. Oh yeah.
A step above. Not a huge monumental step above. It's a
You
step
thought
above.
you thought
Oh,
Bedtime
what?
Stories was bad?
Is
no,
it bad?
No,
I think what he thinks for this film, I think of bedtime stories.
I think what you think, what I think.
concept is great.
yeah,
execution is
great,
poor.
but it was just
Dude, like Sandler's a bad example. Sandler gets his buddies to direct the films, like Dennis Dugan. Who's a bad director. And like, no, he is. Dude, most of Sandler's films are directed by bad directors.
Yeah.
So like Dennis Dugan is the actual director. He's real. I know his name sounds fake, but Dennis Dugan has done he's done the Grown Ups. He's done the
Oh, really?
fucking.
That's the director for,
I
like-
think he did Benchwarmers actually.
I want to get chocolate.
Oh, okay. I'll give him credit for the bench one, not grown.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Benchwarmers recently?
Don't kill my
You just lost your membership to Video Spot.
Y'all killing my childhood, dude.
But Benchwarmers
We
is so fun to
remember
go back
things
and
with
watch.
fondness, but do they hold up?
Don't you dare
Do
tell
they
me the
hold-
Sandlot was not
No,
the
no,
best.
Sandlot's amazing. Sandlot's
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
If you're 5, no, no.
I wonder if it still holds up, but
I'm
Yeah,
sure it is.
But you know what? See, I definitely put this film out here, and like I suggested it with the fear of knowing like,
That
hey,
it was gonna-
it's gonna hit a wall, and it's like, dude, why'd you recommend crap to this week? Like,
Delau, right before we wrote, was like,
Right halfway
is there enough to talk about? And I just said, I just want to know what you think, man,
Yeah.
because I just want to know what you think.
But it's funny,
I
you know.
liked
You
it.
know what? I love that moment because it's just both of us like by the coffee maker. I think we went to the restroom, and then like Austin was washing dishes, and we're just like, hey,
How we get pulled through this?
you
Dude,
ready?
look, man, and I know we were kind of polar opposites on the last one we reviewed,
because-
right? But all that jazz, we were like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
a marvel in cinema, and then it's like, and the 99-cent bin.
Ben Stiller will never be on this fucking podcast if we keep talking shit.
No,
Stiller,
I
you're
love
great.
Ben, yeah,
Make another
dude.
film. Keep doing it.
2013.
I think Night at the Museum is better than this.
Oh,
As
absolutely.
a family
Nah,
fun
bro.
film.
What are we doing, man?
As a family fun film.
Dodgeball's better than this.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
Comedically.
absolutely,
Sure.
absolutely.
But that's my point. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It wants to be
think so?
serious. Yeah, because it wants to be serious.
Yeah.
It's not executing that.
No, but what do you mean? Like, just because a couple of like humorous stuff
A
happened?
couple, half the film was like,
Come on, buddy.
listen.
Dang.
Again, I'm gonna go back. If you're done with your kind of thoughts on ratings so far,
I hate it.
'cause I want
I'm joking. I'm joking.
well, I want to go back
I
and show
think
you
it was
what
a
this
good
film
ad.
Oh, you
could
know
have
what?
been.
Wait.
Okay.
Quick pin. It's so funny because you know, my family really likes this. You know, and they recommended it and all this kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
they also liked the Christmas movie. What was it called?
Ah, damn it!
Family
I forgot
Man.
about that. Yeah,
Family Man.
Family Man.
they love that. We're gonna watch it in a couple of months. Give me a minute. They liked the film and they were like, "Oh, what are you gonna talk about on the podcast?" And I'm like, "Oh, we're gonna talk about Secret Life of Walter Mitty." And my mom was like, "I'm gonna sound like you."
I just picture-
Dude, let me know when you drop that episode.
I just picture. I'm
Oh,
so
really?
sorry, Anne. I just picture Anne like that little girl, with, like they're blowing out the cake or whatever. She's like, "Yeah," and then she like drops the cake on the floor. That's
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah, where she's like screaming and
Yeah,
then
it
just
just drops.
By the way, that's a Mandela effect. It's actually a bowl of Christmas ornaments.
Is it really?
They're
Yeah.
celebrating New Year's in the video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I thought cake.
I know.
but-
I kept looking up girl excited cake gif, and it wasn't her.
she was not excitedly throwing cake.
Just blurred pictures.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
but-
I get it. I get it. Look, it's very appealing to the general audience member. Look, right before, no,
I'm a general audience member, dude.
no.
Damn.
Let me tell you this. No, but you came into this.
Hold on, let me put that in the list of all the shit you tell me.
When Sandra called me right before we rolled, and she's like, "What are you guys reviewing tonight?" And I was like, "Oh, we're doing Secret Life of Walter Mitty." She said, "Oh, I remember that being really good." My wife is a
Damn
general
it.
audience member, dude.
Why is that?
And is a general
Did you
audience
call
member.
your lawyer afterwards and start to?
It's like, look, man, we're gonna need a prenup right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Damn
Now,
it, why is this film in this weird Mandela effect space?
no, it's not a Mandela effect.
Okay,
It's-
is it just us?
It's us growing as
Yeah,
storytellers,
I
as
guess so.
filmmakers, as auteurs, as critics of
Does that
cinema.
mean Santa's not real?
Depends which cinema you're watching. Which Santa you watch on cinema.
I'm telling you right now, I'm changing my rating.
Look, let me just tell you this. Let me just go back to
Okay,
this.
okay. This is how we determine who's a general audience member, right? Here's the ultimate definitive test. Castro,
Bro, I could jump pretty high.
did you like
jump.
Elf? Wait,
Jump.
I'm ready.
Did you like Elf?
Oh, that's not fair.
Yeah,
I love Elf too.
yeah.
It's my favorite Christmas film.
Why?
Elf.
Why?
You're fucking weird.
What are you doing?
No, but we all have our quirks.
You
Listen,
know, you
listen. You don't like Elf?
after a couple of years, you stop liking it?
I
You stop believing in Santa too?
I think
So-
it's one of Will Ferrell's worst.
don't like it.
It's like the number one.
Uh,
Next to the Christmas Story.
If I
but
tell you my like recent favorite Christmas movie, you're gonna judge me. It's
I want to judge you. What is it?
It's Fred Claus.
Mine still is How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Jim Carrey's.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
I love this guy, bro. This guy
I'm
always.
picking that. That's my pick for
This
December.
guy always reels it back, dude.
I can't.
But yeah, we all
don't
do
like
have our
Grinch?
quirks. Like
I haven't seen it.
Listen,
Bro,
Why are you?
because
Bro.
Elf is Jon Favreau. He's doing
Jon
something
Favreau
special.
did it?
Yes, he directed Elf.
Okay, maybe I gotta rewatch it.
I'm sorry, John Favorite.
Dude, see, you can't do
No,
that.
no,
You
wait,
just gotta watch the film,
but
get
it's
lost.
Jon Favreau directing.
You're watching it
It's-
like you do, like,
listen,
who
listen.
directed it?
No,
Don't
wait.
watch it like
wait.
that.
It's
No.
Jon Favreau directing somebody like Will Ferrell and Jimmy Caan. Jimmy Caan, the dad. You know what I mean? Like it's this special. And what's more is originality, son. Like this thing. When did you think about
Come on,
an
buddy.
elf? Like going to the elf's perspective, and he's not really an elf, and it's like
Exactly.
and it's
And then
come
the big
on,
city,
no,
dude,
there's
come
just something
on,
here.
bro.
Nah. We're talking about it come Christmas time.
Well, I think that was gonna be my pick.
We
Well,
should
you
do
have
that for
two
the
picks.
cafe.
Yeah,
We're getting Grinch.
I'm
Ooh,
picking
for the
Grinch.
cafe. No, I think it's my
you are?
cafe
Okay.
pick this
Yeah,
year.
you get a cafe and a studio for Christmas.
You should do Family Man too.
We should do Klaus again. I love Klaus. Anyways, back to present day.
Which one's Klaus? Is it the horror one?
No, it's the
What?
animated film.
There's
that we
another
screened.
Krampus. Have you
Krampus.
Yeah.
The new one that you're not. That one was really
The
good.
one
Well,
that
no,
doesn't
Klaus
sound like
is the
Klaus.
one we covered over the
Oh yeah,
pandemic. the animated, the hand drawn.
animated one.
I never saw
I
it.
really love that one.
That's right. You didn't see it, but we covered it.
Okay,
we
No,
all
funny
have, we
enough-
all have one. Us.
Really?
No, I
Really
have
banging.
more than one.
Huh?
No.
Really
Ben
bad.
Stiller's performance. Did you
Wait,
like it?
I want to get somewhere with this because you guys, Costa needs to know what this film. You guys need to know what this film could have been. What this film's been in development since 1994. Okay.
And that's what they came up with?
Well, listen.
Jesus died for this?
Listen.
Believe that.
Listen. This film's been in development since 1994. This is a prime example of a film when you hear development hell in Hollywood.
This
This
is
was
one?
it.
Yeah,
What
I
is
think
that?
I know why.
This film was released in 2013. It's been in development since 94.
2011.
Get this. 2013.
No, it was 13.
Yeah, it's 13.
11.
Is it
13.
13. 13 is Wall.
12.
Get this. When they
11.
started developing this film,
Yeah.
they wrote it for Jim Carrey.
This one?
Yeah. But Jim Carrey, because they had just, New Line had just finished Dumb and Dumber, and they had a good relationship with Carrey. They're like, well, we're going to remake this thing. Jim Carrey would be perfect for it. Started developing. Dude, this thing went through more writers than fucking Casablanca, man. Like, this thing had a shitload of rewrites. Patton Oswalt was a script doctor on this at one point because
Really?
nobody
Oh
could
my
figure
God.
it out. Nobody could figure out how to nail this story. And then, Mr. Spielberg comes in.
Oh, sure.
Spielberg and Ron Howard were attached to this film.
Ron Howard.
Ron Howard to direct, Spielberg to
Grinch.
produce,
Yeah.
and Brian, what's
Cranston.
Ron Howard's right hand man? Imagine Entertainment.
Brian Cranston?
Not Brian Cranston. He's a producer, man. He's a fucking amazing producer.
Yeah, I forgot,
He,
but I
he
know.
produced like 8 Mile. He's a damn good producer. Brian something.
Brian something.
Yeah, Brian something.
Isn't it Steve?
Oh, Griffin.
No, his name's Brian.
Brian.
For sure, his name's
Oh, yeah,
Brian
Brian.
Grazer. His name's Brian Grazer.
Oh.
They came in and were like, all right, let's fucking do this. Amblin, Imagine Entertainment, we're going to tackle this shit and we're going to do it right. We're going to do this remake justice.
Amblin was going to be attached.
Amblin, Spielberg was attached as a producer.
Wow.
And at first, he was attached as a director. And he's like, Ronnie Howard, come here. Let me give you this. And they couldn't, they walked away from it. They couldn't nail it. They couldn't nail how to tell the story. Spielberg and Ron Howard, two of the best directors of our generation,
But
they
I
couldn't nail
think-
this shit. Okay?
Okay, go ahead.
And then they kind of tossed it around to other studios, and nobody really wanted to touch it. And then there was another director attached, and he kind of put it away. And then they attached Ben Stiller as an actor. Like, hey, like, because they went through a ton of fucking people.
I
man.
would
Like,
rather have seen Jim Carrey, honestly.
But then,
But-
then this is what he's saying, that it
Here's
would have
the
been too
difference.
funny.
No.
Jim Carrey.
No.
Jim Carrey-
No,
No.
I think the opposite. I agree with
Look
Austin.
at,
To a certain extent. Look at
Bruce Almighty.
Eternal Sunshine.
Eh.
This could have been an
Oh,
Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever. And
It became Bruce Almighty. It could have been an Eternal Sunshine. It wasn't. And that's my point. Once Ben Stiller came to like be attached,
Is that Ben Stiller's fault?
not
Yes.
necessarily. I mean, look, dude.
He
I think
took the role,
you
I
got it. Look, there's a funny line in Entourage that I think is great that I'll use as a reference, and I hope I don't get canceled for this. It was an Ari Gold line. He says when they're talking about Medellin, and like they're trying to revive it, and they want to make this film that's gone through so many studios, and it's in turnaround. Ari like sits Vinny down. And he's like, "Let it go, like a bad piece of pussy. Just forget you smelled it and walk away from it." He's like what? Why, dude? Like, what is Medellin? And Medellin has crabs, herpes, AIDS. Like,
Get
it's
away.
riddle. Get the fuck away from it. Like, they should have just left this thing alone. If they couldn't nail it, they should have left it alone.
damn, that's hard.
Dude, but think
bro.
about it, man.
That's-
If somebody like Spielberg, who is an amazing fantasy director,
Yeah.
Yeah.
couldn't tackle
Player
this. The
One.
adventure. He couldn't tackle this. Trust that instinct. Don't do it.
But but you gotta think about it. It's not Steven Spielberg. It's Ben Stiller, and I think he created something that was.
I think the heart's there.
Yes. I think the heart's there. I think the attempt is admirable.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the attempt is extremely.
But you don't
admirable.
think the execution was like
Absolutely
at least
not. Half of it, maybe. Half of it.
6 out of 10 of it.
Okay, I think I'm coming from the biased perspective that I'm impressed that he's the actor
Well,
and
yeah,
coming
yeah.
behind the
It's
camera.
a good
Yeah.
attempt at that. It's a
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that's
attempt
where
at
I'm
that.
coming from. That's
think,
where I like it.
I think what it is that, like, from what I'm hearing, you're
Yeah.
seeing the whole picture. You're seeing the where it could have
Yeah.
been at,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
because
And this was before knowing about Spielberg and Ron Howard. I just read that towards the end of screening the film again.
Oh, okay.
I
was gonna say you're supposed to. Just watch it.
but I just
Yeah.
watching it. I was like, this could have been better.
you know what's weird?
It just could have been.
You know
it
what's
could have
weird?
been better.
It goes into
That's
the
what she said.
That's how I feel right now.
It goes into the
post-coital
issues-
cigarette, and I'm not satisfied. Go on.
Go on,
it
bro.
goes into the issue of the rating system of like of framing, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if this was somebody's directorial debut.
Right.
You would have been like,
Pretty impressive.
wow, that's really good. You'd been like, oh my goodness, like it had
Beautiful.
heart. It had, like a beautiful cinematography. It feels like it developed a tone. It was family, fun, adventure.
Even
But-
though it's predictable,
yeah,
it's a good
but
story.
it's good. You would have been like, okay, that's really good. But then we're talking about people that are more established. We're also talking about directors that had way more that they could have added onto it. And the fact that they're not there, it's kind of like, so.
You know what I'm starting to think about right now?
That.
No.
Get away from that.
No. Just story, right? Just execution of story.
Yeah, you don't
Execution of story.
All right, whatever.
Well, that's what
Execution
I'm saying.
of story.
That's why I chose the terms like debuted. If we
Yeah.
heard that this was like Spielberg's like latest film for 2013, we would have looked at it like,
Oh, he's out. He's out. And I said that about
damn, dude.
no.
That's
No,
how-
and
that's how much you hate
dude,
it?
I
Oh,
said
man.
that
He probably-
about I
he
said
probably
that
had a
about
stroke.
Spielberg with the BFG. I was like, oh shit, we lost him. And then Ready Player One came out. I was like, we got him back.
you didn't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the BFG?
I didn't like the BFG.
No,
I hated the BFG.
That was weird.
What's the BFG?
The big,
The film,
Big
the Roald Dahl
fat
thing,
grandpa.
the big friendly giant.
Oh,
Jackass. It's a Roald Dahl book. Very nice, very good Roald Dahl children's book
it's
that
a-
Spielberg
it's got a
made.
whole
He made two
sequence.
Roald Dahl
It's a little
books.
scary. I
He
don't
made
know
two
about
two
it.
children's
Which
films.
ones?
Which one was it? It was that
Oh.
era of like BFG.
I thought he went from the
other
Post
one?
and
to
the
Ready Player
GFB.
One.
No, he did. Yeah, he did. He went from BFG to Bridge of Spies,
Oof.
or maybe it was vice versa, and then the Post, Ready Player One.
No, he did Hidden Numbers, no?
Hidden Figures. He didn't direct that.
Oh.
Maybe produced it. No, he didn't direct it. My point is, Spielberg doesn't get away from this mess, dude. Like, if you're gonna pan him, you're gonna pan him. Like, the BFG was bad. So, like, my
Yeah.
point, it doesn't matter who it is to a certain extent, dude. Hollywood is not forgiving. Like, the audience is
Oh,
not
no, no,
forgiving.
yeah.
So, like, in this scenario, execution of story. I'm not saying it's entirely Ben Stiller's fault. What I'm saying is, I could have done without the explosions, without the massive fucking
What?
dude. It didn't need it for this.
Also,
fantasy movie.
It's your fantasy if you want to jump off a building or whatever.
It's basically the genre of a fantasy movie.
You know what I think would have been more convincing if you're going to go that route? Get Keanu Reeves to do
Okay,
this.
no. So-
Get fucking, Mel Gibson to do this. Like,
Okay,
what
so
are you
how
doing?
would you play out the fighting the shark or jumping into the boat?
Look, this character's already grounded in reality, right? That's his whole mundane existence. I think
But
the
he daydreams, the fantasy.
I think that the shark thing and the Himalayan stuff, all that stuff is good. I think like the explosion stuff, the stuff that's way out of pocket, that like
I mean,
What
like,
are you talking? No.
the helicopter thing, dude, is beautiful.
Exactly.
The explosion thing felt fake. It felt like Hollywood fake.
like that's why I was saying very Sam Raimi, the
Yeah, it
fight
felt
scene
Hollywood
where
fake.
you see them and they're flying out, and then they
Everybody's
like
hating on Sam Raimi right
they're
now.
skiing with like the concrete, and it's
Yeah, that one.
Dude,
Like that was either. They're missing
Oh,
one
and
what
then,
you
trick.
see in fucking like date movie or some
yeah,
shit. You know,
where
like a
they grab
parody
like
film.
two umbrellas and start skiing with
Yo.
concrete and like fighting each other. Like
Austin, can you Google fantasy?
If they would
please?
have done something
And then
like
just send it to both
like
of them?
Kingsman, you know Kingsman,
Yeah,
a little more class, a little more taste.
I
you
hated
know?
the Kingsman.
I'm up in my fantasy game, if that's what you're wondering.
The Kingsman, dude.
It's pretty decent. The action
but
stuff,
you know what?
Like it's
You know what?
It's tasteful, a little more tasteful.
I will
I don't
give
love
Carlos
it, by the way.
credit in the sense of, you do feel that where you don't know where it's gonna sit because. Remember at the very beginning of the film, it feels like...
You don't need to sit nowhere, man.
No. But like, hear me out.
Like,
Like,
to stand and run.
When you were watching it at the very beginning, and it's a very dry, kind of mundane scene of him like walking, and then he gets a call from like Todd, or he calls him and he says, "Hey, I'm trying to leave a wink, but it's not really working. So what do I do?" And he's like, "Well, you got to make a profile." And then 2 seconds later, jumps into a building, it explodes, and that's the kickoff for. Oh, that's the kind of tone. Like, those are the moments that kick off what the tone's supposed to be for the film. All that does for the audience is that it kicks off that this is supposed to be a goofy comedy.
Yeah.
Because when he comes to the bottom of the building, it's like, "Hey, I saved your dog, and also I made this little leg thing."
Also,
like,
how the fuck does it?
I mean, it's a little prosthetic.
How the fuck does he have cell signal up in the Himalayas?
Oh,
that's okay. That's okay. That's like that's that heightened reality thing, right? Like,
that's
like
just Verizon.
Oh. That's that magical realism thing, you know? That's that magical realism thing. I can fucks with that. That's fine. What I can't fucks with is, what does he say?
We'll
fucks together. We're doing a half-baked in comedy. I mean, How High in Comedy Month. Ooh. Stay tuned for that, I think. I don't know.
We will.
That's where it's from. Anyways. Dude, I'm going to tell this girl, like the dog prosthetic thing is a perfect example. I'm going to tell this girl, this is what I've done on my off time. And then gold statue of me and you.
Okay, so
dude, you could have grounded this so much better and still stuck the landing.
It's because I don't think you guys are understanding that that's what everybody's fantasy goes to.
I don't imagine making a fucking statue.
That extreme.
You don't?
No, I don't imagine.
Skiing and snowboarding.
Here's the perfect example.
It's the exaggeration of it.
No. Here's
Even
the
little
example.
humor of it. We all think about it.
This is it.
How stale would it be? Like
no. That's why.
Here you go, man.
The fantasy for me, again, that would have grounded this is like instead of going out here with the fucking gold statue of them, why not? Why isn't the fantasy that he could genuinely just fucking take her out? Or talk to her, or bring up something.
That's you and your movies and your
God,
palette,
dude, I mean, it's.
I get that though.
Yeah.
I don't think we had to go there. I think that's exactly the cutaways that for me just like takes me out of it entirely.
Well, that's how I got lost because that's the perfect definition of how everybody daydreams. People have the weirdest ways and they end it the weirdest way. It's not all still like I'm not gonna build the little.
You've probably had like the daydream where you're on the freeway and you imagine jumping on one of the cars. And
dude!
I
daydream deer driving.
Yeah, exactly right.
I daydream of like being on the freeway and driving against the other side, like oncoming traffic.
You know
what? This is the intrusive thought movie.
You know what daydreams I have? Like, have you ever seen like a really nice building? And you just
shut the fuck up. Fuck you.
Wait, no.
I was really paying attention though.
Listen,
I just wonder what it looks like.
Shut the fuck up.
You're right. Look, this is all.
That's my last
world. This is all subjective.
Yeah.
And my subjectiveness comes from my palate and my taste and what I think it should have been.
Which is wrong.
Objectively, it's wrong. So yeah, I just feel like. Again, this could have been this like Sundance Darling. This could have been Eternal Sunshine.
This guy wants it to be Great Gatsby or some shit, dude.
Yo,
come on.
Come on. One, I think if he had steered more into a comedy route, it would have been a fun comedy for its time, but then we would have forgotten about it.
Yep.
I think if it steered into a more serious route, it would have probably lasted a little bit longer. And right now,
a lot longer, I think.
Yeah, and then where it's sitting right now, I think it's just it goes where everybody has a fondness for it.
Yeah.
And it's
whether it's the comedic aspect.
It's not
I feel what you're saying. I just feel like this type of film needed that little leak of humor. Even if you're saying it's too fantasy and all that stuff.
I've been contemplating this. Look, I've been contemplating this because this is where I work.
Fantasy,
this is where I'll take it. Like, you guys love admire Get Out, right?
Yeah.
It's considered one of the best films of the 21st century.
Yeah.
I thought it was predictable.
You thought it was predictable. Okay. That's fine.
I took a class on it.
Okay.
I had to read the script first.
I keep
Did
wondering.
Did you watch Us?
Not yet.
I saw it recently. It was like on cable or whatever, and I saw it. And I couldn't help.
I enjoyed that one.
Nope was great. I couldn't help but think.
Jordan
and
Peele's
I know,
really
I understand
growing.
Jordan Peele comes from the comedy world. I get it. I keep wondering if I could have done without the friend character.
Which one, my bet? Which one?
And Get Out.
Oh.
Yeah, the alternate ending was better for that film.
What do you mean the friend character? The one that...
The comedian. Yeah, the little
The
Harrell or
TSA
Harrell,
agent.
whatever. What was his name?
What do you mean? He's the one that's basically telling him, yo, be careful. Hey, he's the one kind of like giving the audience like.
Dude, especially the end. Especially the end. Like he comes in and he's
that
like,
was kind of weird.
"Yo,
Just
I told you not to fucking go in there."
Yeah,
like,
that was kind of
yo,
cheesy.
We just went through this epic
Yeah.
kind of thing, and you just like, that's my point. Is like, dude, it won an Oscar for screenwriting, and I keep wondering like,
What did I miss?
what am I miss?
Really?
For those portions, obviously it's outweighed. Obviously, Get Out's like way more. You know, he did way better than
But that little part,
Those comedic bits are like, I get it, dude, but like, I could have done without them, and it would have been a more special film.
So you just want straight horror?
Yo,
No
Read the room.
development of the characters.
Read the room. Read the room.
Let the girl be like, okay, she seems like a lovable person with a little, because he's black, because you're black. You gotta install that to the
fine.
audience.
I
That,
never
oh,
mentioned any of that.
But
I
you're
mentioned
saying
the
the comedic-
friend.
the
The
comi-
friend. Not the comedic
Oh, that's
elements.
true. You
the
did mention
friend.
But even the friend.
It's too much.
What do you mean?
For what?
Well,
What'd you get out of it? What'd you get out of this friend? Other than him being the black savior at the end. What'd you get out of him?
I got out like the guy that's. He's the guy. He's like your best friend, kind of like the girl that has the best girlfriend. Like yo, in case anything goes
And
wrong.
if my
call me.
best friend came in a fucking TSA security car to pick my ass up and like because he had a hunch,
That one was
he
weird.
He wasn't gonna come like, yo, dog. He was gonna come like, yo, motherfucker, we're gonna go to the hospital. Like, we're gonna call cops. Like, what the fuck?
No, I agree with
like,
that.
yo,
I agree with you there.
let me stay in this moment. I don't know.
That last part was
my
weird.
my whole point is like with this. If we could have done away with a lot of these comedic bits, and I said the same thing about everything everywhere at once, I still hold my position on that. It would have been this. I'm gonna sound like an asshole. I would have taken it more seriously.
I'm gonna get this guy a Snicker. He's grumpy.
I would have taken it more seriously. I would have taken Secret Life of Walter Mitty more seriously if we didn't have these top shelf, reach for the top shelf moments of comedic outburst. For what, man? You're on the route to something good. Stay there, explore that. That's just my thing.
So
Yeah, no, I get it.
that's the rough side of the coin.
Can I talk about one more bad thing that bugged me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
We're still on the rough side.
I don't know if you guys got this. How the fuck is the the magazine cover? Is a picture of Ben Stiller's character when he's looking at the other pictures.
Because somebody.
Oh,
Not
because
somebody,
that was like a regular thing he did. Like when he was processing the
But who
negatives.
captured him?
Huh?
Him.
Sean Penn. That he came
Okay.
in there
Okay.
and visited the mom and like went.
Yeah, but
2
that
times.
picture is after he got the negatives.
No. Like it's a regular activity he does.
Yeah.
It's not like a
It's
one-off
not those
thing.
That's his
negatives.
job.
It was another day.
Like it's trying to
That's
say
what he
that.
does every day.
And by the way, even
They
if
never
it,
mentioned that though.
No, but it's because he always
It's
follows
kind of
a
implied
pattern.
with the.
yeah, that's his
No,
character.
but they
That's his
don't-
character.
with the
That's the
coworker,
character of
we're
Walter
doing it
Mitty
really
that
quick.
he's supposed to be a guy that just kind of does the same pattern and all that, and
Right.
he's always daydreaming because he's stuck in the mundanity of like their everyday life. So the only way that he feels like he's able to get out and really experience life and see these negatives for what they really are is that instead of being in his office in the little cramped room, he goes outside and he'll look at the negatives like in the daylight.
Yeah.
And one of the moments that he comes out and he's doing that, Sean Penn takes a picture and then also visits mom and then goes off. So at some point in time, he was there in the same vicinity,
Oh,
but
okay,
it's not.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to be like, oh, while he's looking 425, that's how he snapped.
You know what's
the
great
photo.
about this character? Is just
I
to
don't
talk
know.
about that
I
picture.
disagree.
It's about to
Right.
talk about that picture.
I agree.
Is Walter Mitty stops being the guy who analyzes the photographs and he starts being the guy who's in the photograph.
Yeah, that's a cool circle.
And what's more is like when he lets him go to see the viewfinder, see the cat, the what is it, the lion thing, jaguar. What the fuck was
Oh
it?
yeah.
The snow
The
leopard.
snow leopard.
No, the white.
It's a snow leopard.
Snow
Yeah,
leopard.
but he's calling it
Snow
No,
leopard.
it was snow leopard.
Ghost cat.
ghost cat.
Ghost cat.
There you go.
Snow leopard.
Found it, dude.
When he sees through the
Oh,
viewfinder,
the snow leopard.
when he
Go-
sees through the viewfinder,
Yeah.
you know that he's now looking directly at the shot and doesn't even take the shot.
Yeah.
You know, so like him being in the moment for these moments as opposed to just looking at him through a printed photograph.
I also think
So that's why he gave his whole speech like, I just like this moment.
Yeah,
Take it.
I actually really like that. Like,
Yeah,
that's one
I
of the
do
things
like.
that-
I dig
that-
it too. I dig
I
it too.
like that,
I dig
yeah.
it too.
Because that whole moment of, for his whole life, he has to like sit at the basement of this like building, and he just looks.
Okay, no.
Oh no, but he just stays there, and then now he's actually like where his dreams are. Yeah. His dreams are like being right next to his photographer, and he is hero. And then the whole thing is like it never was about the photos; it was always about life, And he's like, and
wouldn't it be better if this was about Life magazine?
Nah, dude, it was perfect.
No, I'm kidding. I mean, like that's the theme, right? Life. So,
but I thought didn't Life stop publishing and then just went straight online?
No,
in 2000.
It did. No, it like slowly. It went from it being a weekly publication to like bi-weekly to like a monthly. That was the incremental stuff in the 2000s. What happened was instead of having one final issue, they had 2 final issues, and those were the final big print issues. And then fully online. But then not fully online. They still did print. Print's coming back, by the way. Like, print isn't dead. There's always magazines.
Even, like, photography print.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they ever fully went.
Okay. I thought it was just kind of like a play on with the...
I think just, like, the more immediate, like, stories, right? Online. Boom.
To kind of transition to a positive, I did enjoy...
Wait, there's positives?
I just talked about one. I think I dig that arc.
I did enjoy Ben Stiller's comedic choices, and I mean, I've enjoyed that in all of his films. Like,
Bam.
No, like I
we laughed.
Yeah, like especially like when they had that whole joke about he sent a telegram, but like an actual telegram. Like there was a little old man.
That's a Wes Anderson moment. Yeah. By the way, that's a Wes Anderson moment.
And then you just see this little old man.
An actual telegram.
Yeah, I love that. That was great.
Yeah. The other thing that you said, that one of that coworker or whatever that so this is my favorite line in the film.
He's like, oh man, if I throw a paperclip, he's gonna move. He's like, I threw a toner box at him. What happened? I missed.
Nothing happened to him. Oh, I missed.
But he says it like really.
Yeah,
it's got its comedic chops. And by the way, who's the writer? The main credited writer.
It's
because
the same
there's
guy
so
who
many.
did Conrad
and James Thurber.
So Steve Conrad, what did he do?
And James Thurber.
He didn't do much.
And James Thurber.
Who the fuck is James Thurber? Oh, like this guy wrote The Pursuit of Happiness.
Respect to James Herbert.
Who's James Herbert? He's not credited, at least not on...
On IMDb he is. What do you mean?
I'm looking at Wikipedia too,
I'm looking at WikiLeaks.
Oh, Screen Story. He got the story credit. It's based on a short story by James Thurber. Which was written in 18-something.
1892.
Oh shit!
What'd
My
you
name's
guys do?
Samuel. Okay.
Is your name Samuel?
Yeah.
My name's
If you
Sam.
can't see on the white shot, there's
My name's
red and
Jacob,
blue
but I'm a
lights out
cool
there.
guy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, dude. I'm
I don't think
actually.
we can see it in the white truck.
There's a fire truck out there.
Yeah, the fat truck.
Are we on fire?
Yeah,
This
without
review's
that-
on fuego.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Castro, I mean, like, there. Another element to talk about this film is there's this select group of.
Oh, dude.
There's what?
Okay.
Can I say
There's just one character that I really love.
It was like, Castro, oh, dude.
No, I was gonna usually ask you
Select
about the
group of
acting.
what?
There's a select group of directors that are out there that fall into this very special category of either like they'll direct and star in their films, or like we talk about directors who also write films, and how that's a very small breed because we talk about people like Scorsese that he's like I'm not here to write. Like my whole job is I will make the story come to life. I will direct it, but I'm not here to write it. So, I mean, in that the Ben Stiller, the big challenge is. One, directing the film, and then 2, like having to star in it. How do you feel like all that came across?
I feel like I have so many questions because I've always questioned like how do you do both things, right?
Like batteries, how they work.
Are you talking to your camera op when you're on screen, or how does that work? Like obviously you storyboard and do all this stuff, but
Well, the vision has to be carried out, right? Because like
that's where I'm like
but the vision has to be carried out beforehand. Like when you're a director and you're on set, even if I'm not acting, I'm sitting in front of a monitor waiting to see if this works. The only difference I think is you see playback, right?
Right.
You see the take almost immediately.
Okay, but that's just like it makes the work harder, right? Like cut.
Oh no!
All right.
No. Here's film etiquette.
That's
proper film etiquette is
that's the first thing I think of.
So there's chain of command, right? So like let's pretend we're shooting a film. I'm the cinematographer and I die for some reason. Somebody's
gonna have to step up.
Go back up to the director. The director dies. Your DP.
No. The first AD.
Well,
No, yeah.
Wow.
Because it's
I don't
etiquette.
know any of this.
Can I be the director in the
Is that
scenario?
true?
Huh?
Can I be the director in the scenario?
Sure.
Wouldn't it be?
No, so that's why I went with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
camera department because it's easier to understand.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
In the camera department, if the DP dies, the first AC will become the DP.
Yeah.
Or if there's a camera operator, the camera operator will be DP. First AC will jump up. Second AC will jump up to first. Like it moves like that.
Yeah.
And on bigger sets, usually what you'll have is that for Video Village, even like directing and all that, sometimes the DP and the director will be back, and the person on set saying like action,
AD.
cut is the AD. So in cases like this, you'll usually have the first assistant director come up, and he'll be the one telling Ben Stiller and everybody action, and then he knows when the scene's supposed to end, say cut, and then they can go back to Video Village.
You're right. It is double the work, but you're
I
signing
guess
up for that.
I'm still in that experience space, I guess, where you gotta trust. Was it the first AD or whatever?
Yeah, you gotta trust somebody else.
Yeah, especially if you're the director, if your name's gonna come out as the director.
Sure.
I have to experience that because that's the first thing I think of. It's like how if he wants his vision, how
Yeah.
is he gonna do it, performing it, but not being behind?
Yeah, because it's kind of rough. I can imagine for you, like when you're performing like a role, it's very vital that somebody comes up to you afterwards and says like, "That's it, you nailed it, you got this part," or they give you the tweaks. But if there's nobody doing that, they're just like, "Okay, Ben, did you like it?" It's like,
there you go. See, that's what I'm saying.
It's an extensive process, man. I mean, this is why you have weeks and weeks of rehearsals, weeks and weeks of camera tests, months of camera tests. Like,
and I don't know if it was me, but I kind of saw. I don't know if it was him trying to like hold back on the comedy, but I don't know if they filmed it linearly, but he kind of like seemed like he was holding back, not so much.
I'm glad he did.
It just seemed like was it
It was a
directing
choice.
getting to him too much?
No, I think it was a choice
It was
as an
a choice,
actor.
right?
Yeah,
I think it was a choice as an actor and a director.
Right.
because he's
I think
trying to
it's choice.
focus on staying with that character, and
Exactly.
I mean, he's also the one who knows what that character is supposed to be. So I feel like
Also, Ben Stiller knows how to play it straight. With like, we talk a lot about comedy and playing it straight. Mm-hmm. His most funny moments are when he's playing it straight.
Yeah.
You know. And Bob De Niro's the one freaking the fuck out, or you know what I mean, like it's most,
But
or
that's what I'm
like
saying,
or
that's-
like Owen Wilson or whoever, you know.
But like even with the Meet the Fuckers, like even if he's not trying to be funny and Bob is the one
Yeah.
instigating it,
Yeah,
he just leaks. Like he just reeks. He just stinks of it.
I think, dude. I think that's why Ben was trying to dive in deeper into storytelling, because nobody wants to be known as a comedy guy, man. Like, unless that's your life goal.
Oh, that's deep, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could go into a whole
That's your life goal. Nobody wants to be typecast.
typecast.
You know, and Ben Stiller was being typecast, dude, and he made his choices, you know, like, and it's a lot of shit's funny. Tropic Thunder, I love his character, his little small bit in
my favorite.
Tenacious D, you know.
oh yeah,
You know, like, it's great. He's very comedic. He's very good at that. But he didn't want to stay in that role his whole life. You know.
I just don't understand. Well, I'm still trying to figure out how you just that threw
I think
you
that
off.
I think that is
The comedic stuff.
Yeah. Like what, man? You want everything to be in the mood of love, or
I just think.
you want everything?
you
to
know
be...
what it is.
Yeah,
You
actually,
know what
I
it
do.
I'm being
I'd
so mean, my
appreciate
bad,
it. I'd
my bad,
appreciate
my
if it was. No.
When you look at like films, genre films, right? Like when we just did horror
The
month,
Thing.
right? And we talk about like if a film's staying true blue to its genre, it's gonna get a really high rating because it's going to follow it so well that every aspect of it is like a 10, you know? Like we talked about The Thing being a really, really good horror film because it follows all these elements of horror. But if we watch The Thing and some parts is trying to be
tried to
like
be
lighthearted,
serious,
comedic, and then there's also a love interest element, and then there's also like,
It knows what it wanted to be.
serious, then we would have been like, oh man, what is it trying to be? Like, do I laugh?
perspective,
Am I
okay.
like, what do I stay in? What mode do I stay in?
Okay.
Kind of like this. Think about like when
I'm
you go
trying to think like in the thing if there was, but yeah.
no, but like when you go to a comedy show, right? And you're there, once you kind of like, you have a drink and the first kind of couple of comics come on and you get yourself in the mode of like, I'm just ready to laugh, then it's easy. Then at the end, then you have the headliner and when he comes on,
Exactly.
everything's funny. But, if you have a guy that's trying to play it serious and then the guy that's trying to play it funny, you're going to be in this awkward kind of stage. And maybe that's
Or
what
no,
this-
no, or if the
weirdly
same
makes
guy,
sense that I get what you're saying.
if the same guy's trying to do both.
Yeah.
That's the frustrating part.
That's okay. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Where he's kind of like.
Because when we watch a drama and it's all drama or it's all thriller, then you can stay there. Like when we watch like something like Seven or In the Mood for Love, you can stay in that feeling, whatever that feeling's supposed to be.
Me, that's
I gotta see it
immersion,
again.
dude. To me,
Like,
that's
like you guys,
immersion
I gotta
because
see it
again, Jurassic Park, right? Jurassic Park, most people
Yeah.
will deem it as cinema, right? It changed the world. It
yeah,
changed the heart of
blockbuster.
cinema.
Yeah.
Blockbuster, right? It knew what it wanted to be. It knew it wanted to be this adventure, over the top dinosaur movie, right?
Wanted dinosaur.
And even I think
just
Eric has called it a
nailing it
horror
in.
film. You know,
Yeah, creature feature.
Eric has called it a creature feature, a horror film. So like, my point to that is I knew exactly what it wanted to be.
No,
you know?
I'm starting to understand where you guys are coming from.
Whereas like if
Okay. Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about my favorite character, which actually comes into this. Adam Scott. The antagonist, the mean guy, the guy has the mindset. I guess he's portraying like the corporation where they just don't care.
They just kind of...
Funny.
yeah, sure. It's
Yeah.
the same dude, it's the same.
Dude, give me more.
But you expect that. Look, great example, dude. Adam Scott, right? In this
Yeah.
role. Funny guy.
And not trying to be, but that was his character.
He's playing it straight. He is trying to be funny, but he's playing it straight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have you seen Sex with Other People?
With Jason
Just
Sudeikis.
Sudeikis, Alison Brie,
Yeah.
Adam Scott.
Yeah.
Adam Scott's role in there.
Yeah. Nah, come on, bro.
You see, I think this was a buddy thing. I think Ben Stiller calls Adam Scott. He's like, "Yo, dude, you know that thing you did?
Yeah.
Can I get you to do the same thing here?"
This isn't a
You know the
place.
guy,
It was,
you know the guy who
for
played in
sure.
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers for
Step
sure.
Brothers.
Step Brothers is the first thing I
By
thought.
the way, but the other side of that coin too is like,
You need
it's the same
that.
problem I had with fucking Will Ferrell and Barbie, dude.
This isn't a place for pastries and
Yeah,
jelly,
man. Barbie is not to be said here.
It's a film that tried to be serious, but not really serious, but super comedic. But Will Ferrell's the antagonist, and he's the corporate guy. It's the same shit.
No, it's not the same.
It's the same
Yeah.
shit.
Oh my god, I never thought of it that way. Yeah, if it stayed more.
Don't let him.
If it stayed more in one route or the
because
other,
Dude, my rating right now is 6.3. Like, don't act like I'm here to save anything.
look, that's just my point with it. Like, tell me the difference between the Will Ferrell character in Barbie and this character. Don't worry, I'll wait.
No, I understand what you're saying, bro. It's just
He's funny. You're
But
right. He's
you
funny.
need
Of
these
course, he's funny.
characters, man.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
I
no,
didn't need this
I-
character. I didn't need
you
him.
need Adam Scott,
I needed him as the asshole boss. I didn't need him to be funny.
but he wasn't being funny. He was just that's just the character that was written, and then that's him as an actor that they know that he could do.
How
'cause it
about he's just
leaks.
an asshole? You know?
No, dude, that's Step Brothers, dude. It's like, what's up,
No,
man?
he's
You
funny
see
in
these?
Step Brothers. That's funny.
Oh,
I lotion these twice a day.
I forgot about that.
And it's so obviously not him.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
This is just a shopping bag.
he
I
did.
need the same
And
skin
it's just
color.
like,
It's not. It's a tad. Yeah.
you see these?
You see these? I lather these.
Babe, Dane Cook, 20 minutes. Let's go. Dude, I have nothing bad to say about Step Brothers. You know what I mean? Because it knows what it wants to be.
But that's straight up comedy. I'm just saying.
This is not new.
I
Is
know.
this straight up comedy?
No.
No, they're leaks. Why are there leaks?
Yeah, because you need that. You need that to keep the audience like, okay, I'm not just watching this guy. I'm one of those guys that you have to sprinkle a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Just a little. Are you the one that just takes off the muffin and eats the...
Like
You that
Anna
guy?
Hathaway?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, you
Like
just
Anna
that
Hathaway?
guy?
No,
Take
I'm
off the muffin?
I'm
What
The
the
muffin top and just starts going into the...
Really?
That's this guy.
no.
I
I'm
ate
the
the
guy.
muffin top first.
I'm the guy that
No,
doesn't
this guy
need.
doesn't.
I'm the guy that doesn't need my fucking muffin to be sprinkly with sprinkles. I'm the guy that I like a good banana nut muffin.
Oh, like,
give me the good
So you go
shit.
to the bakery and be like, can you take out the sprinkles? 'Cause
Okay.
No, I just pick
I'm
the one without
plain like
sprinkles.
that.
there's,
Are you the guy going out of the store and just like...
Yeah, honestly, because
Nah,
banana nut bread
I
is
think-
better. It's made better. You know?
This guy over here.
no, I'm just thinking like it's true. Like imagine if you got a muffin and they're like, this one's chocolate chips and this one has every fruit you can think of and sprinkles. Like you're like, I don't need it.
I don't need it.
Just pick one.
I'm kind of okay.
That's a horrible example.
Okay.
That's kind of good,
You
but
know
it's a
what?
horrible
No,
example.
no,
It
it makes
doesn't-
perfect sense. You know what? This movie's basically a fruitcake. You know, it's just
Nah,
it's,
bro, damn, bro. Y'all killing me, bro.
You know
Pick
why?
a fruit. You know.
It's just a lot
You know
of
why?
stuff in it.
Because like a fruitcake in its tradition, right? It's traditional.
It's delicious.
Seasonal.
It's delicious.
It's gross.
What is
Fruitcake is gross.
Yeah. I tried it for the first time last year. I've never been the same.
Yeah.
Look,
It
dude.
changed.
But that's again your palate, not your palate, but like
Your fruitcake.
your fruitcake. You listen for your fruitcake.
You're the fruit.
No. My point is like some people like fruitcake, and that's totally valid. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not
Word.
seriously making a point. Like
Some
genuinely.
people like spaghetti, and some people like spaghetti with shit on it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Sorry,
So no.
what?
Like I'm gonna sound like an asshole. I'm gonna take off the scarf. It's gonna make me less of an
Here,
asshole. You know what I
give
mean?
it
Yeah.
to me.
Let's see here. Take this. Some people like fucking, Dan Tana's in Hollywood, and some people like Olive Garden, bro. That's just the thing.
Wait, what the
You know, Olive Garden's easier to.
Wait,
you know what I mean?
what's Danny DeVito?
Dan Tana's. It's like the
What's
best
that?
Italian food I've ever had.
Santana's.
In West Hollywood.
I love that.
Some people like Olive Garden, dude. Olive Garden's easier to go to. It's
We all know
you
it's just a bunch of Mexicans back then.
exactly.
What did I say earlier? Like
Some
I'm
people like the Avengers and some people like real cinema.
Beautiful.
like earlier today, we were like looking for food, and I was like, man, I want like Chinese, but like Mexicans made it.
Yeah. And I was like,
the-
yeah, I want that greasy
Yeah.
shit. I want that.
Just that.
The one from the food court at the mall.
The one from the food court at the
Yeah,
mall.
yeah.
Like
I
every
wanna go-
city has it.
Damn, I want to go dress like this to one of those. Just be like, can I have
Yes.
a sample of everything on the menu?
Do you have a gluten-free sesame chicken?
Yeah.
Put the gluten back in.
I want it to be gluten-free, and then you put the gluten.
What's
in.
that? What's that thing that they put in Asian food?
MSG.
MSG.
Salt.
Put the MSG in that shit.
Is it that they put in the Chinese buffet so you could get full quicker?
No. It's like a
that's fat.
spice. Like not a spice. I guess it is a spice.
I thought it was a filler.
No, it's umami.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. It's umami itself.
No, it's not. You know what umami is?
Yeah. Like there's salty, like sweet, sour, and umami.
That's what she said.
No, it's sugar, spice, and everything nice.
No,
Yeah.
No, umami.
The Tower Puff Girls.
No, umami's like that. Like it's savory. Feels good.
Anyway, Secret Life
I'm
of
gonna need you to
Walter
stop saying umami, right? Like you can never say that word again out loud.
Umami.
Ben Stiller's best performance, best movie ever.
Anybody's
That's-
ratings
I mean,
changed?
you might not be wrong, man. Is there a better performance from Ben Stiller in his career?
Not at the museum.
I mean, Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder. Dodgeball.
No,
Dodgeball.
Downey Jr. was
Dude,
the standout.
Dodgeball.
But I mean, they were good back and forth.
Comedically, dramatically, is there a better dramatic role for Ben Stiller?
He doesn't do
This
drama.
unit.
He doesn't do drama.
No. Give me
My
one
child
drama
made
that's
this. It's called Twigman.
When he's lost.
Yeah. And then like later on when he tries to save him, he's getting stabbed by the same freaking child.
I love
I
you.
immediately regret it.
He just tosses him.
It's just a dog.
Yo, Tropic Thunder should be a comedy pick.
Oh,
Saying-
man.
Well, I don't know if we can.
Yeah, bro.
We
Can we?
can.
Can we talk
Dude,
about
everybody's
400 years.
Everybody's giving a pass to him.
Yeah, bro, come on.
No, and then also, I mean, it's retrospective on
Yeah.
it because of time.
Will it survive?
Will it survive?
Absolutely.
Like, if it were made in this era, wouldn't it? Right? It would be canceled,
Yeah.
right? Would it? Would it not? For 400 years. Oh, people. People.
Theme song for the Jeffersons.
Don't make it untrue.
Yeah,
The meat is not true.
Any rating changes?
Nah, I'm good.
Nope.
He recommended it, and he's got the lowest rating. Or
No,
I got the
six.
lowest rating.
I
I said
could,
6, right?
You know, and I thought I was gonna be bad with my stuff.
yeah. No, but like I
All
mean,
sixes.
honestly, my
he got a
picks,
7.
my picks, like if we could like look at all of them and then like say like on recommendation levels, I know that all of mine have like the average lowest rating.
No.
Yeah,
I like
think
Wes
so.
Anderson. I like all those.
Yeah, and
West.
rate them at like an
West, motherfucker, West.
You know who I keep thinking of? The basketball player. For some reason.
Kanye West?
No,
He's
Delonte
not a
West.
basketball player.
Delonte West. My bad.
West, motherfucker, West.
Bro, you don't think somebody's called him West?
Yeah, you.
Weast.
This episode is gone.
No, it's not.
No, but West End. Why? We didn't need to cut any
No,
of that.
I'm just saying this is
Just
gone
I feel
crazy.
like West Andersons have gotten rated like an 8, and then like
Not true.
Family
Grand
Man have been
Budapest
like
got
a
up there for me.
6.
You know that.
Yeah. Life of Aquatic was.
And by the way, Oscar, I'm sorry. We were supposed to pick that Wes Anderson film tonight. He didn't want to. So whatever. I'm sorry, man.
You picked one that you
I've
didn't
never
even
seen
like.
it, and I want to see it, and we didn't do it. So next time, I guess we'll pick that one, right?
Mr. Beanie Man.
Huh?
Gosh goes up next.
Second week you've suggested what I pick.
I'm up next.
Yeah, what are we doing next week, Gus?
It's your films.
I wanted to do a different one.
Okay.
An M. Night Shyamalan.
Didn't do
It's his turn next.
Yeah, it's Gus for next.
Science.
Science.
that.
No, I just rewatched it recently. I told you this. I just recently rewatched it.
All right, it's between Science.
I do Sixth
I've never
Sense
seen
stuff.
it.
Okay, well, I want to do. Oh, it's because
I've seen none of them.
You haven't seen Sex Sense? Sex Sense. Sixth
I
Sense.
haven't seen Success in a while, man.
I haven't had sex in a while.
It was between Signs and then I wanted to do Killers of the Flower Moon, but you guys said that you guys wanted to say that one.
Yeah, that's Oscar season stuff.
Ah, man.
It's because it's just so fresh in my mind.
Dude, you
fucking-
should do year one.
Jack Black, I'm a big Jack Black guy.
Matt Michael Sarah, that dude is
Yeah,
great. Juno Temple is one of the leads in that fucking movie.
He just
Oh,
wants to
shit,
be
yeah.
a gardener.
But yeah, either Signs or
Land Before
Let's
Time.
do Six
The
Sense.
Happening.
The
Oh,
Happening?
I've never seen The Happening.
Oh, don't.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, but he's got another one that was really good.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's a bunch of them. Like the good ones are the Sixth Sense, Signs.
Old.
I like Village.
Oh, I liked Old, too.
I didn't see
Old
it.
is good.
The Village. The Village is the one that I haven't seen that people
The
are like, yeah,
Village.
The Village is really good.
The Visit, I like.
We should do the Social Network.
He's got a couple of good ones. Split. We already did Split.
He wants to do an M Night. Let him pick an M Night.
Don't watch Glass.
You
Yeah, I
like
didn't
Glass?
see Glass. I didn't see,
It's just.
I didn't see Unbreakable either, by the way.
Oh what?
It's because that's all
Never
the
seen
same
Unbreakable.
universe.
That's pretty good. Bruce Willis when he could.
I think I've seen a handful of M Nights.
Yeah, dude. I did immediately close my mouth.
I did like Old, though. I did like
I haven't seen
Old.
it.
Yeah, because it's just like obviously it's kind of cheesy, but it's like it makes you think like,
Yeah,
hey,
it's
you never
good.
know.
It's good. Cabin in the Woods was pretty bad, but
Yeah, Cabin in the Woods.
Real
yeah,
quick,
yeah.
just piggybacking off
Piggy
of
Balk.
piggybacking off of last time. If you enjoy these films, you'll probably enjoy Secret Life of
Oh,
Walter
cool,
Mitty
yeah.
films.
ooh, interesting.
I definitely think Night at the Museum.
Free Man.
Yeah.
Freeman's a good one.
Free Man.
Wait, you
The
mean
Ryan Reynolds one?
Or Free Guy.
Free Guy.
Free Guy?
Free
okay.
Guy.
Free Guy.
Okay, Free Guy. What are some other recommendations we can give to these lovely people? Oscar.
Fantasy one.
But this comedy fantasy.
Click.
Click's a good one.
And Click's way better than
Bedtime
me.
stories.
Bedtime Stories.
Bedtime stories. Not Click. I don't know.
Why not? What do you mean?
Click?
Same shit.
No, it's not.
Explain.
Comedic, adventurous.
Has a little bit of a message.
A little bit.
Where's the fantasy?
A lot of it.
Like the.
Do you own that remote, motherfucker? Do you talk to Christopher Walken in a back room and get? What do you mean?
He's not jumping through buildings and.
No, he's jumping through time.
That's pretty good comeback. Really good comeback.
Land of the Lost.
That was good.
Land of the Lost? I don't know. I haven't seen that shit in forever.
Oh, dude, I love it. I'm a big Will
That's
Ferrell.
another one where I'm kind of like, that was so funny, and then I'm like,
Oh, I saw it yesterday, bro.
oh,
Oh,
is it
did
good
you?
still?
I love it, dude.
Tropic Thunder.
Kaka. I'll be your
I'm
master.
technically still your master.
Don't you joke around about chorizo tacos.
Yeah. I'm hungry.
What are we doing, man? I'm trying to think.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you enjoyed that segment or we're just.
I
gonna
do,
go-
I do.
No, do it. Actually, yeah.
But I
do
think we have
it.
enough. Did we give like 6 recommendations?
Yeah. If you like those type of movies.
And if you like
for
Ben
sure.
Stiller, you know, I feel like this is.
Yeah, this is a quintessential. Like you should watch this
Yeah.
Ben Stiller film. I wanted to maybe.
I still think it's enjoyable. I still think
Yeah,
it's a
for
nice,
sure.
like, you know. No, it's
He
weird.
said at the beginning or maybe last week that this was one of his favorites, and then
it
somehow,
used to be one of his
and
favorites.
somehow
Used to be.
between the week it just faded away.
Used to
and
be.
No, because
started being
used to
as
be.
used to be.
Hey Austin, there's the gaff tape.
Oh.
Used to be.
But like, that's the thing. Like, right now, my favorite still sits at Harold and Maude because I mean, I feel like that one was impactful to me. I think that one has a lot of merit and just
Didn't some guy show it to you in the shed or something?
no. But the guy who took me to a shed and sold me something else, he showed me that film.
And speaking of Split,
Are we doing Split next week?
we already
No,
did
we already
it.
did it, bro.
We've done it on this podcast.
I've never seen it. What? Okay, little confession time. During the pandemic, I saw maybe like a quarter of the films we did.
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
No.
And you know what? I kind of want to redo that one.
Why? We can't redo episodes.
I didn't talk about it enough.
We can't redo it, but can we redo episode? We got to delete it.
If we ever do a Wes Anderson, you could probably...
Wes,
Wes.
motherfucker, Wes!
Think like Wesley Snipes. You don't say Wesley Snipes, right?
say
Why do I
Wes
keep
to me.
saying Wes?
I don't know.
Because it's a directional.
Can you edit that? Like, and every time I say it, just take off the T, like right at the end.
What? Just like overdub it with like
Yeah.
a Hong Kong cinema
West.
voice. West.
Yeah. I'll go and
Wes.
So
West.
you're next, right?
I'm next.
No, I mean we can. I don't know. I don't think we should redo things. There's so much cinema to cover, man.
Yeah, we're not at that point.
We'll rewatch it with him because he needs to see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you if you asked me any of the ones from the pandemic, I probably can see it. Quiz me.
So it's a confession
son
time
of a
and
bitch.
the Tower
Quiz
cast?
me.
Confession
This
time?
is why we have to come together to watch the films, man. Because if not, he won't watch them.
Yeah.
Watch, I'll
Yeah.
go through our...
Anyway.
Yeah. Next
My
week.
rating-
Oh, by the way, we forgot to say this at the beginning of the episode, but if you're not subscribed to our show,
What are you doing?
subscribe.
You're killing us.
It's usually we say it at the beginning, but we forgot.
Yeah.
So please like and subscribe, share it with your people. If you follow us on Instagram, Austin and Jesse have been killing it with the reels.
Yeah, man. Crazy.
Super fun.
Absolutely.
We recently had Wolfman on.
Wolfman
he
was
was a great
fun.
guest.
Is he coming back or is he still
Maybe next year.
No, he shaved. We're never gonna find him.
I do have one last thought for cinema lovers out there.
Gabba gabba.
Gooba gabba gibba goo.
Cinema lovers or average?
Both. Listen up, Castro.
Average Joe.
Whoever you consider. No, no. Listen, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I think this happens to all of us. I'm with you, Lala, with like you say, Harold and Maude has been your favorite, but I've been really thinking about this a lot. I used to be very vigilant on my favorites list and like updating it and like shifting it around and like how do I feel today about this? How do I feel today about this? And I'm still kind of like that, but I've been thinking. It might be because of the film we're working on right now, but I've been thinking a lot about this. Like, Good Will Hunting will always be my I think always will be my favorite film. And then I think about films like La La Land and Casablanca, and obviously. And then I think to myself like something like All That Jazz or something like In the Mood for Love, like. Those are films I genuinely in my everyday life cannot stop thinking about. Like I genuinely think about those films a lot. And then I look at my favorites list and they probably aren't there right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they should be.
And it's weird.
And like what's it going to bump off the list? You know what I mean? And that's the point. Like whatever I thought was good 10 years ago, some of it might very well be. And some of it's gonna get bumped off the list.
And that's why, like, I have my like number one pick, and we all have like our number one. Like, if somebody said like, "Oh, what's your favorite movie?" You'd be like Shrek, and then you'd move on.
Cable guy.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
Ben Stiller knows this
We
shit.
talked about this.
We had a 20-minute conversation outside about this.
Yeah, we had a 30-minute episode too. But the point is, we have our favorites. Cable guy.
Whatever Scorsese.
Whatever you just said a minute ago.
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, that one too. And like we have those ones. And then
What's mine, motherfucker?
Interstellar.
Warrior, you dumb fuck.
I wanted him to answer.
Oh, sorry. He said Interstellar.
Is that your favorite?
That's his least
Nolan?
favorite Nolan film, I
Really?
think.
No, it's my
Transformers.
second favorite.
Oh.
What's your first favorite right now?
Oppenheimer.
Oh, see, I knew his prior favorite, Nolan.
That's my favorite Nolan still, Interstellar.
But
You
see-
didn't know my all-time favorite film, and that kind of hurts a little bit.
Warrior.
No, only because he said it.
Yeah, but then I thought about it after he said it, and now I'm saying it. Anyway, no, but like every other film that we watch, I feel like has it has its merit, and especially things that we're placing in like our 9s and 10s. They're things that now, when we're talking about films and making films, we're also coming back to them and saying like, I want this style, and you know, even though that's not like the number one. I want that aesthetic because it really encapsulates things. Or you've probably seen things where you're like, oh, if I had to play into this role, what are people that have done similar roles to this? You know, and you like that's kind of what we do. So you know, it's like that. It's not that these films I think are bad or that they should be lost forever. Because even if we rate something low, I don't think it deserves the title of like never watch this film. It's just everything we watch. Where is its place in everything? Like when do I want to watch
this episode
this?
of the podcast is exactly why this podcast exists.
Beautiful.
Is like Dalal presenting something to be like, I'm curious, where does this sit now for me, for our palette, and then showing you guys something you guys have never seen, and being like, no, dude, I fucking loved it first screening, and I'm like, dude, I fucking hated it first screening. That's the point,
exactly.
You know,
no.
So I love that.
I'm hoping that people can, even if they just click on for a little bit, just to kind of join us for the conversation, and hopefully they listen to the full episode. Like, I know a lot of people that whenever I bring up this film, they're like, oh, I remember that. That was great. Or like, oh, I haven't seen that in 10 years. Right. Like, and coming back into it now, like, where does it hold up? And, you know, it's crazy that there's films like this that we've seen and they meant a lot, and then our palettes change. But then also films we've never seen that are even older than this, all that jazz. And I mean, oh my God, it's blowing us away. And we're just like...
Yeah, that one snuck into my top 50 for sure.
Yeah.
Top 50?
Dang. Hey. Two quarters.
Rewatchability is a big factor, man. And if we keep going around saying, like, I haven't seen that film in 10 years, there's got to be a reason for that.
Yeah.
Like this one.
I genuinely hadn't seen it in like 10 years. I mean, yeah, periodically.
It comes on here and there. Like, I mean, FX has the movies, you know.
And I always, when it was on TV, I would always like take it off because I wanted to see it from the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not that.
I was the same way about the Cable Guy.
Nice. I appreciate that.
Why are you laughing? Next week, we'll be covering Mr. Castro's pick. We'll see what's up. Might be an M night, might be something else. We'll have some fun with it. But please subscribe to the podcast and let us know if there's a film you guys want us to cover. We're like prepping our next year. It's going to be a lot of fun, man.
Yeah. A lot of different genres.
Keep making your films. Keep viewing films.
Keep buying films, because Walmart's not going to have it next year.
And Best Buy.
Protect dead media.
Thank you for tuning in to the WatchTower Film Podcast. Have a great day.
Good night.
I love you.
Just like the film, we didn't know how to end it.
Yeah.
Keep that in.
We're all awkward and sad.
So like just awkward and sad about the state of film right now.
My coffee cup has milk
I feel attacked.
and orange juice.
You feel attacked? This wasn't even your pick, and you feel attacked. It's like Jackie Moon always says, you know, gabba gooba gabba ga.
Love is sexy. Love is sexy. All right, we'll cut it down.